Hello, 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 hello. Okay. Is let's do. Okay, so let's get it cracking. Hold on. Oh, okay. Yeah. Monday was the 13th. Let's make our way to the 13th. I wonder. Hello. Okay. Still seems good. Let's see. No, I need this on. Hello. Hello. Okay. Audio sounds good. Hmm. Okay. Okay, we got a trader. Forgot about. So I got 2. What, 10 minutes? Okay, I mean, it looks good. Everything seems like it's flowing fine. Okay. So, Monday. First, let's look at, okay, Friday. This is Sunday. Friday was a sell-off. Massive sell-off. Anyways, Friday was massive sell-off. So and this is Sunday. Massive sell-off. Actually, no, we're gonna leave it like this. Massive sell. Let's see what we got. Okay, massive sell-off Friday to a major gap open first. Let's just mark this up just in case. And we're going to extend it to, let's just go PM. 12:30 p.m. Just mark it as the gap. Now, Monday. From beginning of Monday all the way till 9:20, we have a rally up, equal level peak, this level here, that's for sure just held. So I'm gonna be looking. So mark this as held, came to the level, grabbed, built liquidity. Well, actually, first created the level, left the level, retest after grab liquidity, grab some liquidity, sold off. Came back to the level. Let's see some more. Came back to the level, bit more, reject the level, sell off. We have equal, another equal level that was created here. It doesn't mean anything. I mean, it could, but it could not. Another retest level, retest EMA, break level, hit the temp level, use level turn went from resistance to now support. Could have bought this as a break, grabbing all this liquidity to retest. Getting in on break candle, enter around here, 11 points, 12 minutes for the first actual pullback. Could have held maybe around here, 18 points, 23 minutes, not bad. That happened at 3 this morning. So we get massive push, sell off. This could be seen as a demand zone. Alright, this is a liquidity zone. Push up. Gave us some slight, very slight head and shoulders. Came back to zone. That's how I build liquidity. Tried to sell it, but this isn't really a proper demand zone. And why? Because it's in the, I would say not proper. I would call this liquidity because it's right above the break of this temp level. And this temp level is a lot stronger than this recent supply level that was just shown. This temp level has shown plenty of times of support and resistance. So we broke it and we haven't retested yet. So I'm expecting a retest before we push higher, if that would be the case. Now, price comes back, retest this level. Now we're sideways. Still sideways. 7 o'clock. Gonna push up. Temp level holding as resistance. Well, this level is holding as resistance. Sell off. 7 o'clock. Massive sell off. Yeah. Tried to hold this level. Tried to hold this level. That's why this pushed up. retest EMA and this resistance level. Good sell-off. Could have entered as it was retracing. 25 points in 8 minutes. Kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Or getting on the breaker candle. Still looking at 20 points in 7 minutes at least. I'll be looking for 13. 4 minute. Price is kind of moving fast today. Let's see. Let's push on. Okay. We hit this level. Does this level mean anything? Looking left. So we look at where price went. Does it line up with anything looking left? Not particularly. It just, I guess, but no. It's kind of just here in price. This level wasn't really much. We go to the bottom, the wick. It could be, but not particularly. But with this giant gap, I would be expecting a gap fill. And it's not all the way down here, at least to here, 01, 601, 6601. So prices hit a level where buyers are sitting, gave rejection, gave a double bottom. This is something. Gave a double bottom. I would say liquidity sitting here because it looks like it's in the middle of nowhere. Price gave equal top, grab liquidity, sold off, another build, equal high, sold off. Now we're creating equal lows. Gave a equal lows here, reject, double bottom, push up, back to the top. I'm kind of just in this small zone, started pushing back up. Now we're back here looking at our resistance. Let's just extend this to 10. See how well it does. Okay. And now we had this level sitting here. Open came, created liquidity. Let me just mark these. Liquidity. 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 Even more liquidity. Especially after open. We have this liquidity sitting here. This is all liquidity. Down here, created another level of resistance. Actually, this is what we'll do. We'll make this a key area. Because clearly something happened here. Clearly something is going on here. This is a key area. We're going to take it to 11. We're going to lock it. So this could be holding as resistance. Could be end up being a demand zone. But what we do know, price double bottom exactly. Gave a retest of an area. Maybe grab this liquidity here. Then double bottom. So now this has now become support. Price just keeps building liquidity to the higher side. We come down. Build this liquidity sitting here. grab liquidity, sold up, or just another level of liquidity sitting here. Just another level of liquidity sitting here. Equal lows, body wicks, the body close is equal to wick close. That'll count as liquidity. And this level is holding as resistance. So now we have a top, bottom, and top. And I'm just gonna see which one is holding, which one is gonna hold. It comes open, gives a buy, stops at the top, sell off. And you could have sold this off because we've seen this sell before. But truthfully, we'll be wanting to sell from up here to take it lower than right here because this is just building. Like I've been saying, liquidity, just building liquidity. So right now, price has been building liquidity from both sides. Like this could be liquidity and all these are liquidity. Now we got to see which side is going to take. Price ends up coming, hitting this level, sold through this level, grab this liquidity. Grab this liquidity, come all the way back down to resistance. Retesting this zone, which this right here can be a demand zone if we so choose. 1 minute demand. So choose. Fell through. Got this liquidity as well as all this liquidity that's sitting here. Give a retest. Give a retest. Reject. Okay. Pull right back. Instantly engulfed. We could have entered here. Yeah, these are giant candles. Like it's a 9-point candle. Could have entered there on break a candle confirmation, or we could have entered sooner if we felt confident on this double tap, this double bottom. Looking to take this level out. Since it's rejected, grab this liquidity first. We're looking to ride with the momentum to put these sellers in pain, as Carmen would like to say. And we could ride it back to the top. We can ride it back to here, or we can ride it back to the overall. Because as much as this might be holding, this can just be liquidity as well. So let's just say we'll hold back to 10th level. But as we look, price smack through 10th level, 15 minutes, 18 points. Crazy win. Now, how do we manage this position? Position went up 10 points. And it came all the way back on us. So I probably would have got stopped out. But truthfully, getting back in, how does that look? So I would have got stopped out. I would have got stopped out at break even. But getting back in on that retest isn't a bad idea either. It still ends up being 11. It still ends up hitting 13 points, like what's my ideal. Because the thesis is still correct. Even though I got stopped at break even, it's still holding. And look at the level, it's holding. Holding the same level that was liquidity. Buyers are defending this zone. They do not want to go lower. So the thesis is still valid. We get back into thesis. Take it back. 13.10 level. For a 10-minute win. Price ended up going up 3 points, fell 4. Shut up, came back, and just took off. That's all we need. The rest of the day goes a little higher. That's all we need though. We don't need much else. Fact of the matter is, it still hasn't hit that gap. So what we can do is extend this to the 14th. Extend this to the 14th. And look, overnight, price came right back down. Started filling the gap. What do we say? It could be So yeah, let's put a line from here. It could be like here. Actually, let's just put a box. Let's just put another box from. Let me explain. Okay, but price could end up could retracing to this gap for sure here. Price, and it could be all the way down here because there's nothing here, but price has already been at these numbers. So the point the point that I'm expecting for price to come back is to fill these areas where price hasn't transacted at. So price could come all the way down here to the bottom, but given price was already here before, it might just stop where there's truly was no price relative, because yes, price was here, but before this giant jump, there was nothing. Put you onto the 14th, and let's see what happened. Price comes, look, I mean, quite exactly comes to the gap, right? This is the top. People start trying to use it as support, but we need to fill these numbers in. So this is just liquidity. All of this is just liquidity. Price comes, takes it out, hits the top of our zone. Let me mark this as here. Yeah, hits the top of our zone. We can definitely could have, and it gave a double bottom, and a hammer. Definitely could have bought here, rolled back to top, 20 points in 12 minutes. I mean, that's an insane move. In 20 points in 12 minutes, that's an insane move. Hell, EMA, deciding factors. EMA can be a deciding factor. 23 points, 25 minutes. But there's still some space here, so we can potentially see price come down to this level. So price just builds like we've been seeing. Equal levels, comes out to be liquidity. Can be support resistance or end up being liquidity. It kind of goes through support resistance then liquidity. So right now it's holding as resistance. Top hit. Even though we keep holding this, it just keeps hitting. It keeps hitting the wall. Then we get a massive sell-off back down. Now since we're selling back off, we can expect this to get grabbed. It can either hold or get grabbed. Preferably to get grabbed, because a lot of people use this as support. That means their stop losses are going to be somewhere in this area. So we want this to get grabbed, hit their stop loss to fuel taking it higher. Yeah, because since they bought, their stop loss will be here, which will force them to sell. We're looking to buy. Buyers need sellers. Buyers need sellers to get in. Hitting these, so prices are coming, hit the same level, and buy in more buyers. But it wasn't time yet. Hits, comes down, grabs all of it. Definitely could have entered here. And looking to take it back to top. We can take it back here, or we can take it back up here. Because like I said, if the level is holding, we can target that level for liquidity. So we'll just go with the extreme. We'll go with the extreme for most value. We could enter here on first sign of rejection, but we could just be faked out just like this. So let's wait for confirmation. So grab liquidity. Grab liquidity is confirmation in itself to buy if you feel really good. But we can wait for a pullback to show that the buyers are actually in control, which is what this was. It pushed up, gave another retest to see if it was just inviting buyers in some more to take it lower. But we see price is holding the top of this level, just like support, just like it did before. 1, 2, 3, a fourth rejection. We can get in as soon as it start rejecting 30 points. We can get in on break of second candle, break of the hammer. I mean the doji candle. 30 points and targeting top. 30 points in 13 minutes. That's even more insane than this move at 7. Just following principle of finding liquidity, finding what's holding as support and resistance or potentially support and resistance. Let liquidity build. It's like copy, paste. This was holding support first. And look how it turned into liquidity. Equal levels. There's liquidity sitting here. We use liquidity as entry and an exit. Liquidity built, grab liquidity, take off, move forward. You could have honestly felt you could 30 points is enough, but like you could held longer. This is the move of the day. Held longer. It ended up going 51 points in 36 minutes. It's kind of crazy. And that was Tuesday. Price just kept moving. If you just held, price just kept moving. Left for runner, just moving. Just plateaued. Okay, cool. Look at that. We didn't even have to find anything like we had Monday. Monday we had to deal through. Monday we had to go through this chaos of up and down sideways. I didn't even see this. Price ended up coming back to this level twice. Back to the level. Gave another liquidity. Gave another liquidity. Grab liquidity. Really didn't even see this. Liquidity, grab liquidity. Ended up flying 5. Came back. It's fine. Double bottom. Could even entered here, but took off. Right back. 20 points, 11 minutes. Or 16 and 7. Or if you didn't catch these, you're a little bit later to the party. I gave another liquidity. 20 points in 20 minutes. Or wait for the pullback, wait for the confirmation. We could enter here. I'll just go down 4, 5, a bit much. We could enter here. But given all these are equal bodies, equal bottoms, like all this right here is equal bottoms. We look for a good dip, actual body close, like we got here. Buy this move. Maybe a bit harder because the sheer volume probably would have got an entry here, but that's still 20 points in 12 minutes. All that from the simple principle of find support resistance, liquidity, and ride from one to the other. Because we rolled from, oh, it even came and hit this level too. Yeah. Because we rode it from liquidity, grabbing liquidity, coming back to demand zone, back up to liquidity. Because just mind you, look, price here. Let's see, let's show. Liquidity, let's put 10, 23. This is liquidity from early to morning. We roll from one right back to the next. Is this entry? Is this entry first off, or this entry, or this entry, or somewhere right here, right back up to the top, 13. And then just rock out. This one came right back to liquidity again, built some more, build it again. It's still holding. The thesis is still correct to buy because this is holding, and if this doesn't hold, then we're looking for this to hold. And we're looking for this. So if this isn't holding, then we look for this to hold. Or if this doesn't hold, we could be looking for this to get swept because it's also massive sell-off. This could be supply setup. You know, but the thing is, one liquidity to the next. Grab liquidity. Let's target. Higher liquidity. Given this, hit this level, came back. Support still holding. Let's target this level of liquidity. Let's target that level of liquidity. Or we can go back and target this level. Why this level? Because it's the last recent high of equal tops. It's not because I'm not targeting this because it's here, but like this is double. This is liquidity as well as this is liquidity. And look what price did. Price hit support, went right back to the next. Went right back to it. 27 points, 26 points, basically 27 points, 15 minutes. You want to target the top? 30 points, 24 minutes. But this is just going from one support liquidity, right to the next. And it will be like, okay, is this true liquidity? I mean, look what price did. Reject, push off, reject, push off, reject, push off. Reject. Then they tried to hold it as resistance, but sellers are in control here. Support, the buyers are in control because it is support. Took right off. This 1109 took right off, right back to the high of liquidity. Navigating this in real time is pretty difficult. It's really pretty difficult. Gotta be really patient because these moves are happening so fast. So much movement so quickly. So staying calm and patient is very hard for this. Staying calm and patient, not forcing a setup that you can't accurately pick, decipher, pinpoint, all the same. But if you can't see it, don't force it. Because if you just waited, right? Let's say you missed this because it's too jumbled. We missed this. We can definitely hit this one. It's another heads and shoulders. Shoulder, head, shoulder. Could have got it off this one. Could have got it on the head. Could have got it on the shoulder. If you missed that one, held out a little bit longer. We got another retest of demand zone, retest of support. After you miss that one, you kind of just have to but patience. If it's not screaming at you, don't force. There's always gonna be moves because like you missed this. Oh, it's moving. Price came back, gave it another move. Because mind you, we're looking for buys, but we're buying to the point of selling. So price hits these levels. If our original thought is to buy and get out at these levels, we can look to sell from here to capitalize on all these buyers getting out to fuel us selling down. Because it's also don't be like, oh, it's moving, we went broke, let's keep going. Double top, up, taken out. Boom. Came all the way back down. Because like as much as we're looking to buy, but these are just moves. These are just moves coming from one zone coming from one level to the next. We end up missing this buy, but it's rejecting. Okay, we be like, okay, let's see if it comes back and give another rejection. Gave one, but we need confirmation. Takes, grab liquidity again. You could have entered here. Could have entered here. Big enough stop loss, you'd be fine. Price not coming out. Let's say it did take you out. I mean, it's still holding. That's not even a level. This is a level. Yeah, price is still holding. One last push, makes you push up. Even if we didn't get in here, we got in near the top. Price still pushed down 2 points and took off. I mean, we're grooving. We just gotta let it scream to us. I say scream, let it sing to it. You know, cause it's good. That looks good. That looks good. We have one. We have 2 times a price showing buyers are here. Then we get another build up to a grab. I mean, take the third try. Third time. What is it? Third time for good luck. Okay, good session. Monday and Tuesday, that's good enough. Okay. And Tuesday's very simple. We open up. We just look to see if open. As we saw during the morning, they did the work for us. Sold off. They literally did the work for us. So now, since we get here, we see prices stalling here. We're like, okay, we could wait for a break and retest, or we can wait for a liquidity grab and it'll coming down. Boom. Head to shoulder, head, shoulder. Got in on here, got in here. Just ride to the top. Just because this is liquidity. Ride from one liquidity, right back to the top. Easy work, easy work. Yeah, some higher time frame. I'll leave this here. Lock, keep. This is keep. Price ended up coming back to the zone, selling completely all the way back down. But now you see that? Buy. I mean, create these levels. Could put a level here. Could put a level here. Could put a level here. I think we're gonna put a level here. 53.50. Keep temp level lock. So we could be and why? We have this. I don't have any more. It's not really worth. We have this rejection here. Then we have resistance, support, break. Finally made it back to resistance. So when we get back up here, we can see if it's going to be resistance again, which is a probability with how news have been going with our government. Could still be resistance, and we're really freaking high. But it could end up holding as it could break, and it end up holding as support, and then we can look to retest all-time highs. 2 things we can end up doing. Or it will end up breaking, pushing up, coming down. Oh, I messed that up. Pushing up, coming back down. One of the two. I mean, truthfully, a price can either go up or go down. But you gotta find where and when. Like price could hit here tomorrow. We already have where. We already have an idea of where. That's all. We find an idea, and we wait for price to confirm that our idea is correct. So if price does tomorrow, like price hits here, okay, our idea is that it's going to hit here and it's possible it's going to sell off. We'll see, let price confirm. If price doesn't confirm, okay, we'll look to see if it holds. Price confirm. If it doesn't, I mean, I guess it's a third one, right? It could be, right, price push, price comes back, breaks through, then holds, then sells off. And all that is price push through, try to hold the support, but people not liking being this high. Look at this major sell. Look at all these sells, massive sells from being this high. This could be news, but it's the fact of the matter, massive sell-offs are happening for being this high. This level is sitting here because multiple times it got here, massive sell-off. Come back up, people not like it, okay, we start selling. People try to hold, oh, things look great. People have their suspicions that, I mean, that's why these buyers are here. People think, so it could try, but failed, which in itself, we're building, we're literally building possibilities here. We're what did I just say? Like 2 minutes ago. These, I guess we're just building theses and theories. Oh yeah, price comes to sell off. This can be a supply setup. Price hits this level, breaks. I mean, comes back, test supply, sold off, holding this as liquidity. Boom. Level of liquidity, level of support is liquidity. Once we break support, now look for it to be resistance. Comes back, like I say, next day comes back, sold off. That's just how it goes. But the thing is, we find our positions of when. No, we find our positions of where. We just gotta wait for price to give us confirmation on when. Yeah, we just gotta wait for price to give us confirmation on when, and we gotta strike when the wind is hot. We can't wait. We just gotta. And why? Like, how do we just strike when it's hot? Well, we gotta have these must-have confluences that give us the confidence to take these trades. Like I said, for that theoretical supply setup, we probably would have had like 6 confluences to be like, okay, yeah, this is a good setup. Take the setup. We have to take the risk. Oh. Okay, we're going to there. I guess I gotta go here. Stop.